welcome to Lisa Marvin Art. Today we're doing another experiment about pillow paints because I did an experiment a few days ago adding glue and American floetrol to the pillow paint and it worked amazing. However, some people had concerns that the glue and the titanium white in the paint eventually would not react well. So I decided to go back to the drawing board, remove glue, just do floetrol to see how that works and then kind of go from there. So the whole goal of this is, if you didn't watch my last video, Shelee Caruthers, who is the amazing innovator and who does these amazing blooms, she's from Australia. And her paint is very difficult to replicate in North America because it's very thick. When she pours the puddle, it stays for a minute and then sinks. However, it's very stretchy and gooey, like marshmallows. And when she lifts up her piece like this, it flows off like Niagara Falls. And in North America, so far, I haven't tried every paint in North America, but even the thin ones, they don't flow off juicily enough. And the flow is really important if you want to tilt your piece and make it all flow together all at once, because the ratios of all the paints and everything are very important and they have to all work together to be able to stretch it out as much as possible. So I decided I'm going to start again with my 4 paints that I have here. So I have Glidden Premium Eggshell. I have Glidden Premium Semi-Gloss. I have Glidden Essentials Semi-Gloss. And I have Behr Marquee Satin. And I'm getting the Behr Marquee, I think, Semi-Gloss in a few days, but that's what we have now. So what I've done is I have poured 8 of these. And so we're going to do 8 experiments. So we're gonna do 1 experiment with the plain paint, and then I have added 4 to 1 American floetrol for each one. So there's 8 of them to do. The colors, my pouring medium, what I use here in Canada is this Watco lacquer, dark tint base. I can get this at Home Depot and some Lowe's. And it's important to get the dark tint, so it keeps all your colors the same. And I've mixed that 2 to 1 with this Minwax polyacrylic, which you could also get at Home Depot. Now, Jo Sonja polyurethane is better. However, it's harder to get. And so I figured I'd use the polyacrylic just because it's more accessible to everybody. So, this is the American floetrol that I've mixed, I'm getting it everywhere already, that I've mixed my pillow paint with. And this is the Australian floetrol that I'm using for my cell activator. I'm using 4 to 1 with Payne's Gray. The colors, I was going to keep them simple, but I can never keep it simple. So I'm going to be using this primary magenta, this ultramarine violet, turquoise blue, this golden iridescent bright gold, I really love it, and one of my favorite colors is Prussian blue. So the order I'm going to lay them down because I also have to be sure what's opaque and what's not opaque, because I do love opaque colors, but you have to layer them properly, because if you layer the opaque on top, you're not really going to see anything underneath. So I'm going to start, the 2 colors that are opaque, by the way, are these 2. So I'm going to start with the turquoise, go to the pink, and then the other opaque color, then this blue, then the gold, then the cell activator. So we have a lot to do. So I'm going to try to make it quick. I don't even know if I'm going to bother spinning or tilting. Maybe we'll just blow and see what happens. My opinion, the thinnest out of all the paints that I have is the Glidden Semi-Gloss. That's the one that I mixed last time with the glue and floetrol. That worked really well. So I'm wondering how it's going to be just with the floetrol. Also, the new one that I've just got was the Glidden Eggshell Premium. which it flowed actually nicely, but it was still a little thick. So I'm curious how that's gonna be with the floetrol. So I'm just gonna be using these little wooden coaster things. So let me lay everything down and we'll get right to it. Okay, so what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna start with the Glidden Essential Semi-Gloss and I'm gonna pour it down. Now what you're looking for is it to sit for a minute and then move. So it's moving, that's good. Now what I'm gonna do is try to tip it off to see how fast it moves. It looks okay, but not fast enough. So you really want it to move faster according to Shelee. So I just wanted to show you that. We'll just do a quick, I'll wipe that off. So this is going to be the Glidden Essentials. I don't even think I'm gonna spin it or anything. I'll just blow into it so you can see I didn't put enough. Also, I've never worked with these little tiny thin coasters before. I'm used to working with thicker canvases. So I'm probably putting on too much paint, we don't know. Okay, so starting, I'm gonna try to go a little fast so it's not boring. The turquoise, the pink, see the paint, it's not really moving when I'm laying the paint down. Okay, the blue. I probably should have picked less colors, but I'm always too fancy. Okay, so we have those down. Now, I'm going to do this because when I blow it, I don't want it to get stuck. I should have used bigger canvases. These are so dinky for me. Okay, here's the Cell Activator. Okay. See, it didn't really move. I'm getting cute little cells, but it's still very mountainous. It didn't really move when I blow. You notice, although these cells are really cute and little. When Shelee blows, it just like whew, goes everywhere. Here, I'll bring you closer. Okay, kind of cute. But again, not very helpful if you want to tilt. I love my 3D cells. I don't know how that happens. Okay, so that's the Glidden Essential. Now we're gonna go Glidden Essential with floetrol. So we'll do the same thing. I'll pour it down. Okay. It's flowing a little better. And I just made up the I should put more. I just made up the 4-to-1 ratio. So I could play around with that if we find something that we like. Okay. Now, oh, I should have showed you the tilting maneuver. So it's flowing better. We'll see how she blows. So we'll do the same thing. You know, you're looking for so many different things when you do this. You're looking for almost the same consistency between each thing. Your paints have to be right. Your cell activator has to be right. The temperature outside has to be right. So that's why I'm doing all these things, because I'm just trying to figure out the best that we can with our materials that's available here. Oh, let me bring it back to the middle. I'll do the same thing. Although this will float, this already feels much nicer. Okay, a little of this. Already blowing it was nicer, and I don't have any, you don't really want the white of the pillow because probably I blew too hard on the last one. So this is already nicer, and look at all the cells. The cute little guys, they're popping up for me today. So it's still, maybe I still blew a little hard, but I tried not to. But it's good. We're looking for no white. So and it flows nicely. Okay. Okay. So I guess the real thing would be after spinning them. Maybe I'll have to do that after. Okay, next we're gonna go to the Behr. Now, Shelee says that she's used this and it's similar to hers. However, it is because it flows super nicely, but it's so thick you can't even blow into it. So I already know this version that I'm about to do is not gonna work because it's so thick. See, it's not even moving at all. But maybe with the floetrol inside, it might work a little better because this one is super stretchy when you tilt it. Maybe I'll do a little bit of the tilting to show you, which is what you're looking for, that stretchiness. But you need to be able to blow into it. Okay. We're getting through them. Sorry if this is taking too long. All right, bring her back. And so you can I can tell when I do this, it's like thick yogurt. All right. Oh, my things are in the way. See, this one blew a little better. You notice my cells are bigger, but I couldn't blow it very far. And I'll give you a close-up. When I tilt it though, oh, I see I blew, the middle isn't back yet. But it tilts pretty well. But you want a bigger concentration, I would think, of cells. But that's actually pretty nice, if I do say so myself. Should I try spinning it just to see? It's more time for you guys, but... Now, also, how am I going to spin this little puny thing? I'll just tilt it. See, it's still not really moving, is it? It's pretty, though. Okay. Next, oh yeah, this one I'm curious about. This is the Behr that we just did with the floetrol inside. Almost 4 down, 4 more to go. Okay, so I'm pouring it down. It's already moving nicely. Give her a little more. Okay. Let's see how she tilts. Oh, look at that. See, that's what you're looking for. See, it's moving super nice. Okay. So we'll see if these give good cells. Okay. I feel like I'm in a bloom factory right now. And I'm being a little messy about it. Obviously, if you're trying to do something nice, you'd be a little more careful. But I know we all have things to do today. Okay. So, let's give her a go. Ooh, lots of little cells. I should have blown a little harder in the middle, but they're coming together. Normally I would fiddle with it more, but here, I'll give you a little close-up. Okay. Maybe I'll wait a minute till it comes, if it ever comes back in the middle, and then we'll try tilting a little bit to see. I'm getting really cute little cells today, guys. And it looks like the we're gonna compare after, but it looks like the floetrol ones are even a little better. I don't think it's coming back in the middle, but I'll tilt it this way. Oh, I'm gonna ruin this little guy. Okay, I'm not tilting because it didn't come back in the middle. But I like that design. Okay, next. I'm saving my favorite one for last. So this is the eggshell. I actually just got it yesterday. I used it and it was pretty good. It was still a little, something floating in there. A little thick, so I didn't try it with the floetrol yet. So I'm pouring it down. Let's see how much it moves. Okay. It's not moving that much anymore, is it? Okay. So here we go again. Thanks for sticking it out with me, guys. I hope that I even doesn't even makes a difference. I guess that it really is within the tilting. With those, I could hardly even tilt. Okay. Let's do our special magic. See, very thick still when I put my finger in it. It does feel similar to the Behr in a way. Okay. I was able to get everything a little further, which is nice. I'm not going to blow anymore. So, we'll see. Oh, I had little air bubbles. We'll see if that comes back together. Oh, well, I just noticed something. With the last paint that I just used, the Behr, look at this. While we're waiting for that one, both of them started to disintegrate on the sides, even the one without the floetrol. So there's obviously something within the paints that are not agreeing with it. I've never quite seen that before. What do you guys think? Maybe you have an answer. So Behr is not for me right now. Okay, and if we just go back to the first one that we did, the essential, it's still mountainous. It still has not flattened out, if you can tell. So essentials, not for me either. The essentials with floetrol has flattened out, but not moving very nicely. Okay, so this guy, the plain eggshell, it's still sunken a little bit in the middle, but see how the middle's not moving? Let's just see. But it's kind of flowing. If maybe this would release somehow, we could get it going. Okay, next, essentials with floetrol. Very curious about this one. Okay, yeah. Okay, she's moving nice. Okay. This is actually quite helpful because how horrible would it be if you, although some people use that Behr, never had a problem, but wouldn't that be awful if you mixed up things and you started doing that? You didn't know? I still wonder what it is, but I'm sure some scientists out there can let me know. This is probably the longest video I've ever done. I try to keep them like for 10 minutes because I know people's attention spans are short and they're busy. But I'm doing important work here, folks. Okay, bring her back to the middle. Oh, look, it's moving so nice already. Okay. I might like this one. We'll see. Okay. Okay, I could definitely blow it farther. Well, it's coming back to the middle. I'll show you. All right. So far, I could blow this the farthest, which is kind of what we want, as well as we want something that tilts nicely. So while that's coming back, I'm just going to move it over here because we don't need to waste time. Put another one here. So the final one is the paint that I liked the best because it was the thinnest, even though Shelee said it was still too thick, which is good to know. Which is this Glidden Essentials. No, sorry, Glidden Premium Semi-Gloss. So I'm laying it down, and it does move a certain degree, but when I tilt it, it's still kind of slow. Okay, I've laid that down. Let her sit for a second. Let's see if we can go back to this eggshell. I'm having so many things happening here. And tilt it a little bit. I'll start with this. Okay, it seems to be tilting nicely. Okay, so far, this is my vote. The eggshell with floetrol. Next, we'll go back to this. This is like a memory game. Glidden Semi-Gloss, plain. Okay. Oh, man. We're so close, guys. All right. Gonna push her around. Still kind of thick to the touch. Okay. Oh, let me bring that back to the middle. Okay. Okay. It didn't really travel as far as I would like. And again, I'm being very picky, right? Because I'm getting nice cells regardless, but I'd like to perfect what I'm doing, and you have to pick out all the little things. So this doesn't look bad. It's still coming back to the middle. While it's coming back to the middle, let's do our final little guy, so this is the recipe minus the glue that I liked the best last time. Sorry, this is not even, I really should clean my spinner. Okay, so this is the semi-gloss with the floetrol. I'm very curious about this. Oh, there's lots of air bubbles. Okay, all right, moving nicely. Let's see how this one's tilting. It's okay, but kind of slow going. I don't mind it though. All right, here is the $1 million bloom right here. We're gonna see. Okay. Oh, got the blue. Okay, let's bring her back. This feels nice to go like this. Okay, I'll bring it closer to you so you can see. Here we go. See, it was also kind of hard to move. Still too thick. But the cell definition looks pretty nice. So while this is coming back to the middle, I'm gonna, oh, let's see how she tilts. Tilts better though. Let's go to everything we just did. Okay. So, sorry. So this is, can you see? Here's the essentials. You see it's still very, not flat. This is the essentials with the floetrol. Look at what happened here to my, oh, that's totally disintegrated. The floetrol and the Behr's totally disintegrated. This also weirdly disintegrated. This was the eggshell plain. There's some air bubbles, but it was okay, still thick. This was the eggshell with the floetrol. It was okay. Semi-gloss, Glidden, plain, semi-gloss, Glidden, floetrol. So obviously it's between, in my opinion, the eggshell and the semi-gloss with floetrol. I'm going to post a picture so we can see closer. But thank you so much for joining me and let me know what you think. Okay, guys, I have one more experiment. I just added glue to the semi-gloss with floetrol because I just wanted to compare to see if it was the glue that made it really good. Oops, put a little too much on there. Let me take some off. Oh, it flows really nice though. Okay, so let's do the blue, the pink, the purple, the blue, I think I mixed it up, but it's fine, you get the picture, gold, and here we go. Let's see. Okay. Bring it close to you. All right. I mean, the cells are nice. Oh, Sneakers is playing with something. I think it was more flowy. It's kind of a weird shape here, but yeah. So just compare it. This has been sitting for a bit, but this is the one with just the floetrol. Can you see a difference? I don't know. All right, I'll take a picture of that and get back to you.